This is the Hitman for Hire, Mr. Grimm, and I'm on Wrestling with Entertainment. And if you don't listen to Wrestling Entertainment, you're getting bodied.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James J., that guy. Alongside the leader of Squash Squad, Kamiko Yacht, you may or may not be coming, as always, it's a 50-50 bet. But who is here? The American Scooter Dust.
If your Uncle Jack helped you off an elephant, would you help your Uncle Jack off an elephant?
And it's a great day for wrestling, or specifically for Wrestling with Entertainment, as last week on the show, we interviewed Mr. Grimm in a spectacular interview, very interesting. Um, Strawberries on pizza, Scooter. What's your stance?
I mean, get a little white sauce if you like.
Barbecue sauce.
Oh no, not barbecue sauce. You gotta do it with like a little balsamic vinaigrette.
No, it's a broccoli and barbecue sauce. And of course, an awesome interview with Mr. Grimm. We wish him the best, and we're looking forward to talking to him in the future as well. This upcoming Wednesday, we have the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy James, on the show. Christy's very high profile, having wrestled for AEW, NWA, and we cover a little bit of that as well in the interview. Now, Scooter?
Oh yes. Christy was definitely a memorable interview.
And if you don't believe me or us, here's a clip. Squash, fruit or vegetable?
It's a vegetable because it has seeds,
Uh,
right?
it's a fruit.
It's a fruit because it has the
Seeds. Okay, wait. I know one of those. That's right.
Well, you got the seeds part right, but the seeds are in fruits. Technically
Yeah.
makes
Okay,
it a
it's a
fruit.
seed.
It's still a vegetable, damn it. No one puts that shit in a fruit salad, so whatever.
That's not the classification for fruit.
But you are now in good graces with Coleco Yachts, a part of Squash Squad. That means a whole lot more.
Yeah, because no one's going, I can't wait to go eat squash.
I love squash.
New
See,
Japan
Coleco?
wrestler Taichi.
Butternut squash is the jam, and I make the best butternut squash soup ever. It's so good. In Brazil, we have all sorts of stews and dishes we do with squash.
See, which makes my point because you can't make apple soup. Thank you.
I mean, you can make apple soup. You technically, in butternut squash soup, you have to use 2 red apples and 3 green apples.
Oh snap, Coleco.
I'm a great cook, honey.
Ooh. Best dish. Your go-to dish.
Feijoada. Feijoada.
Alright. And the week after that, we have just the Spitfire, Jesse Nolan's on the show. So it's kind of a year in review type of interview with her, and looking forward to it. And of course, last week we also celebrated our 3-year anniversary.
I love a 3-year anniversary.
Yep, the tree's still in the living room as we speak. Who thought this was going to last 3 years? Raise your hand.
I didn't think it was going to last 3 minutes. Wait a minute. Did I just say 3 minutes? No.
It would have been awesome if you had the soundbite of the song to go with that. So, now that we're done putting ourselves over, there you go.
That's all we can legally play.
Now that we're done putting ourselves over, let's get into a little bit of the news.
Oh, God.
William Regal, Gabe Sapolsky, Samoa Joe, Timmy Thatcher, all let go from WWE earlier this week. Just wow. Wow is all I could really say about it. You know, William Regal, he seemed like a for lifer. No?
Yeah, Regal really was. Really was a life guy. I don't know. Oh man, this is just. This is just very odd. I mean, if Regal is gone, then anybody is up for grabs. Nobody is safe anymore except for maybe Kevin Owens
For now.
for now. Uh, but there's also something to counter that I will bring up after we discuss all of this.
Well, you know, Samoa Joe, once, Bruce Pritchard and Laurinaitis came into NXT, I felt like it was only a matter of time before, they cut the cord on that again. It's really that sure. He could have, maybe not as a pro wrestler, but he could have been, a trainer. He, you know what I mean? He could have been a valuable member behind the scenes.
But they were also getting rid of all the trainers. Kathy Carino, uh, uh, gone. God, you know, it's not even easier to count who's left because, frankly, we don't know who's left.
I thought Madcap Moss was fired like three releases ago, and yet he's still on Smack. He popped up on SmackDown. So, I mean, Brian Kentrip's showed up, and I didn't know that he was still worked out.
Yeah, he was still an agent. I mean, Drew Gulak still has a job.
I think that has more to do with his involvement with Bad Bunny, because he trained Bad Bunny for the short time he was there. So it's kind of like a reward type thing.
But this is screaming that they are looking to sell the entire company.
Does it though?
Well,
do you really fire people by the groves to sell your company?
Yes. Yes, you do. It's usually in it would be considered one of the first steps for a hostile takeover in the corporate world. But apparently, Nick Khan attempted to get Fox to buy the entire WWE.
I don't know about that, but I take things like that as just rumor and innuendo.
It was confirmed by Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr. was only in WWE in 2008. So, how does he know?
He was interviewing. He was friends with one of the people who, when they were interviewing people for Nick Khan's position,
Okay.
that, yeah, they wanted Fox to buy the whole brand. But with all the releases, you know, this is, there are going to be a lot of returning faces.
Is there now?
Yes, as the entrants for the Women's Royal Rumble were announced, or some of them at least, and among them, of note, Mickie James.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope. Michelle, Mickie James, Michelle McCool, the Bella Twins,
I thought Nikki can wrestle.
Summer Rae,
Oh wow, that's cool.
Kelly, Lita, and Aaliyah.
Oh, Aaliyah. Alita? Or Aaliyah and Lita?
Aaliyah,
Not
as
Alita.
in, no, not Alita, which would be a very interesting,
Coming soon to AEW Dynamite. Elita.
and, also, announced for the Women's Royal Rumble, Adam Cole. No. Yeah, but they are scouring who's in the Rolodex. I mean, this is, and what's even funnier is that when this announcement happened on SmackDown, Pat McAfee acknowledged that Mickie is the current Impact Knockouts champion.
We're being joined by Coleco Yachts at the moment.
Indeed, you are. But that is a crazy news. When I found that out, I was like, holy shit.
You think WWE is opening that forbidden door, so to speak?
No, they ain't got enough women to do a Royal Rumble. That's what the fuck. Only got like 6 people. Like, shit. Like, get anybody.
We're gonna have like a freaking it's like the night. It's like the movie Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield. We're gonna start seeing the men dress up as women.
Okay, who could pass for? Oh, Santina for sure.
Miss Texas, please come in. I mean, Jacqueline. I mean, just.
We have Becky Lynch, Big Time Becky Balboa.
She's gonna come in as author. Irish lad Becky.
Becky Dolan from NXT.
Britt Baker. Oh no, I mean JC Jane. Mandy Rose blonde. Mandy Rose brunette. The debut of Mandy Rose redhead.
Marco Stunt.
Jungle Girl.
Okay.
Oh, didn't Mickey James was a luchadores for a brief time?
La Luchadora.
Yeah.
And then Becky was La Luchadora.
Ruby Riot, Ruby Soho.
Ruby Riott with two T's.
Ruby Greenwich.
Heidi Lovelace.
Linda Lovelace. If we can find her.
I mean, her destination is unknown.
Alexa Bliss. The Fiend, Alexa Bliss.
Lily.
The cheerleader, Alexa Bliss.
Well, there you go. There's your
Maurice. Eva Maurice. It's just Maurice with red hair.
I feel like there was another Eva somewhere in there.
Eve Torres.
Eve Torres, yes.
That actually, I would not be surprised if they actually do.
Yeah.
But honestly, I am. And Charlotte, by the way, is pulling a Brock.
Yeah, because like Kaliko said, they got nobody.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it is primed for Bayley to return and win it.
I would not hate that. What are your thoughts on that, Kaliko?
It makes the most sense. I mean, but then again, it's gonna be like, is it Bayley cheerleader or Bayley heel?
Well,
Bayley inflatables or Bayley bob cut?
I feel like we need a new Bayley. Business Bayley.
No, I think we get like the start of like the Bayley, inflatable Bayley, and then it just transitions into something new because that music, her original music, will get a huge pop.
Yes.
There's also possibly Asuka.
But I mean, Asuka already won it. Unless they want to do the double.
But what if they go Asuka 1, Bayley 2?
Not out of the realm?
No, as far as like the first two entrants.
Oh. Did Bayley start one already?
Yes.
So
Yes. So it's not out of the realm.
I mean, it's not out of the realm, but do you really want to do repeats? And when there's only been like 4 in all of existence.
No one gives a fuck. No one cares. No one cares.
No, you need that. You need that middle of the match wake up in the Rumble. You need that mid match pop.
And you believe it's Bayley?
It's Bayley.
But you also need the start, though, right? The start is just as important.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually decide to if Becky actually decides to go in, and it's Becky Becky Sasha 1 and 2, Charlotte at 3, Bayley at 4.
That would be interesting. That wouldn't suck. Well, I mean, there's a lot of debate that we could go into for Royal Rumble that that maybe we should save for another time.
Yes.
Kaliko, your thoughts on William Regal, Samoa Joe, Timothy Thatcher get supposed to be all getting fired from WWE?
I don't know what to make of it. I don't know who Triple H pissed off, but it's like they're like, he's in the hospital. Let's get all of his motherfuckers out of there. Like, god damn, like like cutthroat to the motherfucker, which is disappointing in a way because I feel like the only person that would be left is Shawn, and that's a shame. But Regal leaving was like the hardest. And someone had a theory about it because NXT was always supposed to have been developmental, right? It was supposed to have been developmental to get people who are no names and make them into names, so that way WWE, when they got to the main roster, they could kind of keep up from where they, came from. But along the way, NXT signed all these guys who were hella developed, and it made NXT into this uber third brand when in actuality it was just meant to be to develop people who are not even into the wrestling. Does it make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
And that I get. I get that part aspect of it, but oh my god, it just feels weird that 2 years from now I'm just gonna be like, you had to be there to be at a takeover.
Yeah.
That's the weird part about it. Because I feel like Takeover, the name Takeover is going to be gone. Anything that had to deal with black and gold is just done.
I feel like
I wouldn't be surprised if they rearranged the belts. I would not.
Okay. With like nice rainbow strap and unicorn farts everywhere.
Yep.
So it.
Um,
Remember when we said at that War Games it was the last of the Mohicans?
yeah.
Yeah, the Mohicans are gone, homie. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone.
One
Out of
name,
here.
one name I forgot to mention, Road Dogg
Yeah,
has
yep.
been released as well.
He was the first name.
Yeah. Um, I feel like Road Dogg was a good soldier, and it was just he was next off the chopping block. But like Kaliko said, Road Dogg was more of a Triple H guy than a Mr. McMahon guy. No.
Yeah, unless you're talking about Road Dogg Esquire. Yeah. Um. Yeah, but well, hey, look, it's a reunion of the old age outlaws in AEW next
Oh,
week.
there you go.
The senior citizen outlaw?
That's what I said. The old age outlaws.
Versus the middle-aged bucks.
Middle age fucks. Yes.
The midlife crisis buck.
Um,
Versus their hairline. Ooh.
they lost that match like a year ago. Um, one thing that we've been talking about, Braun, Braun Breaker Strowman Reed won the NXT Championship from Tommaso Ciampa earlier this week. Um, he destroyed a gigantic gold X, and I can't imagine that wasn't what Kaliko was just talking about
Uh,
a couple minutes ago.
yeah, it's like Rhino spearing whoever it was through the SmackDown screen. Jericho to symbolize the destruction of that set.
Is there even going to be an NXT in 6 to 8 months?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Just not the NXT that made it like the indie darling, the indie wing of the WWE that it was.
See, There's also something else that a lot of people don't know about, and that there is actually a network channel called NXT.
Really?
Yes, and it is a sports channel. I have it on. It's included with FiOS, I know. There it is. And the logo for it is it's basically black and yellow. Yeah, and it is boxing, MMA, and all this stuff.
I kind of feel like NXT would be more associated with WWE rather than that channel at this point.
See that's the thing, is that there had to have been more to this whole, Rainbow Road makeover. Oh, by the way, that's going to be the next NXT event name, Rainbow Road. Get your blue shells out.
Blue shells.
That's a Mario Kart reference.
Oh, yes. Don't slip on the banana. What say you, Kaliko, about, Braun winning the championship? Obviously, the death of that black and gold completely.
It's weird because on the men's side, I can make the argument that they're doing the end of the road for that part, right? But on the women's side, it's like Mandy Rose comes back and just gets a makeover and just is leading all the other women afloat, right? Um, this is where I'm trying to figure out, where do the women's side, because you got like Raquel, who's like a black and gold holdover, Ciampa, black and gold holdover, Strong, black and gold holdover. So it's a lot of people. You got to figure out, where do they go from here.
Well, I kind of feel like it's just a matter of time before we see Roderick Strong in AEW to complete the Undisputed Era 2.0.
I mean, if Landon thinks it's okay.
Who's Landon?
I mean, Kyle O'Reilly keeps calling Brandon Cutler Landon. Kyle O'Reilly does not look happy every time he's on camera.
I mean, he's a heel. Damn it, he has to look angry.
He's back to being second fiddle, or technically third fiddle.
No, he's second fiddle. Bobby was third because he.
No, Bobby and Kyle are both third fiddle. Adam Cole was playing second fiddle to Omega and the Bucks.
Pretty much, because keep in mind, Adam Cole was Bullet Club America, Omega was Bullet Club, period. It was kind of like an umbrella, like kind of like a org. I felt like the Bullet Club that needed an org chart, because it was like Adam Cole, America, Kenny Omega, head Bullet Club. Yeah, they needed an org chart.
He's not wrong. And then you had the OGs as well. I think it's just.
Can't forget the firing squad.
I think it's just a matter of time because it does seem like they're going somewhere with Adam Cole and the new Undisputed Era storyline. So I'm just saying wait and see with that. And I do feel like Roderick Strong. It's just a matter of time before he heads there as well. Ciampa, that's the big question mark. What does a Tommaso Ciampa do? I mean, yeah, you could go to AEW, but I mean,
All
he
right,
would probably
but
get lucky.
we're assuming Ciampa's contract is up.
Not that his contract is up, but that he might be a part of the next string of releases.
Mm,
Yeah, because he seemed like him and Gargano just seemed like they weren't going to go to the main roster at all. So that's where I see where he's coming from, but there's no guarantee. We don't know what his contract is right now.
Right.
and I can see them attempting to put Ciampa on the main roster just to prove all the, you know, doubters.
Have him chase the 24/7 title
The only way that would work is if he goes up and beats Shinsuke Nakamura night one.
for the Intercontinental
Hey,
Championship.
that could work.
Or I mean, or get beaten by Jeff Hardy in 10 seconds.
No. Well, hey, when your demons can beat you in less than 10 seconds,
Is Finn Balor still even there?
yes.
Jake Cargill won the TBS Championship as well. Right call, or should have it gone to Ruby Soho?
No, it should have gone to Jade. Absolutely.
Yep, right person because Jade is the closest thing they got to Bianca in that bitch. The closest thing, athlete for athlete, that is closest to like a similarity to Bianca Belair to try to pull African American women.
I do love that it was a Ruby versus Jade. It's like Gemstone versus Gemstone.
They should have got Jewel to commentate.
I thought you were gonna say Sapphire.
Oh, damn. Get the Ouija board out.
It's Sapphire, baby.
She's a common woman, baby. Oh, I believe, unless Scooter has something else.
Can we all get F's in the chat for Ray Phoenix's fucking arm?
Did he? I heard about
Oh,
that. I didn't see
oh
it.
my god.
Yeah, it was dislocated. It's just dislocated. After that accident, it was just a dislocation.
But it was so disturbing to watch. It was on par with Sid in WCW 2000.
True, but thank God it was just a dislocation.
Yeah.
And they popped it back in.
I mean, thankfully.
Oh my god! It's just So the question was, were Jurassic Express always set to win, or was that a call on the fly?
That had to have been a call on the fly because there was no way.
I mean, if that was, I feel like it was always supposed to be a Jurassic Express, because if it wasn't, then they would have had the Lucha Bros would have won.
Yeah, with the what the hell do they call it?
Yeah, but Jungle Boy wouldn't have kicked out of that. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, yeah.
Because they do a lot of those false finishes with tag matches, so it ain't out of the realm.
Yeah, but no, not someone
Not with the
like
finisher.
Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
That was really like. Yeah, that just.
But speedy recovery. Glad it was just like minor. That's the good thing.
For what it looked like, for it to be a minor dislocation, good on him. And I'm glad for him as well.
And by minor, we're not meaning minor as in little, but minor that thank God it ain't worse.
He doesn't require
As in
surgery.
as in someone who goes looking for coal, and I don't mean Adam.
Then you're speaking of Michael.
He's not available.
What about Budge? That'll conclude our coverage of the news. And now, a quick word from our sponsor.
Rogue Energy, the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low calorie, no sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0-calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off brands out there that are presenting low quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue Energy, more focus, more win.
Use promo code WrestlingWithE for 10% off your next purchase. And we are wrestling with NJPW WrestleKingdom Night 1 and 2. It was only a few days ago. The first major event in pro wrestling for the year. Kaliko, did they disappoint?
My okay, my Yoshihashi bias aside, just put that away. Put that away for a second, Kalika. They did the best that they could, and what I mean is they got the right people to be invested in night two because I and as we go through the results, I at the end of the day they went with the stable hand and it makes sense. And we just got to see where it goes from here. But they had a lot of good matches and they had a lot of matches, but the matches that were good were fucking great.
And I kind of agree more with that. We'll start with the New Japan Rambo. The final 4 competitors were Chase Owens, Chima, Minoru Suzuki, and Toru Yano. The match lasted 27 minutes and 14 seconds. I mean, obviously Yano was going to be in it. He led the KOPW for the last 2 years. Chase Owens low-key underrated when it comes to these KOPW championship matches. Chima, obviously, the wild card that nobody had pegged. And, I mean, Minoru Suzuki, why the hell is he in the pre-show?
Because they got nothing else for him really in the top half. Because, I mean, when you think about it, he could have been put into the U.S., but it was always the Kenta Tanahashi thing. The never open weight, it he could have done that, but I felt like he's done that like a couple years in a row.
Right.
I felt like he might have could have been in the Shibata match, which is what I thought was going to happen. Because if anybody was going to be safe, it would have been him. But
with the
It was
most
just a
masochistic wrestler in history.
yeah. So I mean, but to me, it's like they just put him in where it could fit. But as you see in night two, there's a reason why he was there.
Right. Out of those four names, Scooter, anything pops out to you?
That bad luck falling is on the down low. That's about it.
Bro, I feel bad for him because I swear to God, at one point that dude was. It's like ever since he ripped up Daryl, the
Yes.
cat, it just went downhill from there. Like, Jesus, man,
The cat was more awful. You should have killed him.
shouldn't have killed him.
Yeah.
Paid the price.
Our first match on the actual card, you got Yo beating Show in 12 minutes and 32 seconds with a 5-star clutch. Obviously, Yo getting some revenge on Show from their last match at, I believe, MetLife Dome. Did Was Yo beating Show the right move, Scooter?
No. I just
No, he just wanted to ride.
Your
Yo,
thoughts,
sure no.
Your thoughts, Kaliko.
Kaliko's thoughts. I can't even rhyme. Fuck it, I give
On
up.
so
Anyways,
Kaliko on So and Yo. Yes
Kaliko
or
on
no?
Show and Yo says it was a go for it to be an opener. No? But anyway,
but they were
but,
just a bunch of moes.
but they handled it like pros.
And Dick to Go
My sound
interfered
system is Bose. No.
Well, at least they weren't booty O's.
because copyright infringement. Oh, I don't know.
Rocks.
Yes. So and Yo, opener for Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. What do you think of the match? Kaliko?
Solid match. It was it was. Remember what I
It was the
said?
right
I
opener.
said it was the opener, but what I said was
Yeah, it
that
was
was
the
one of
right
the match.
opener.
That's what I just said. It's the main opener. You know, I just said that. Anyway, I said that, but I always said that match was going to set the tempo because we knew that it was going to be the opener. But I
Yes.
was like, okay, Show versus Yo was going to be a, a a precursor of how New Japan was going to go, and I think it was a really really solid match. Yo needed it because Show's been hey
In the show. For a
he's
long
been
time.
in the show. Yeah, he's been yo. Sorry, yo, not that yo, but yo, like yo, fuck it. Anyways, that dude Show was like killing it, and yo needed the revenge. It's like it made sense. The story made sense. So that and they put on a hell of a match for it to be the opener.
Now we have the second match, a preview tag match. Rocky Romero, Rizuchike Taguchi, and Hiroshi Tanahashi lost to El Fantasma, Taiji Ishimori, and Kenta in 8 minutes and 40 seconds by DQ. Tanahashi attacked Kenta brutally with a kendo stick to get disqualified. Um, at that moment, it's kind of like, what the fuck? But, I mean, it was a precursor to the January 5th match, right?
Pretty much. I mean, the only reason that match was made to basically preview what was going to happen between them two tomorrow. So that's basically what it was.
Third match, another preview match. Bushi Sanada and Tetsuya Naito lost to Will Ospreay, Great Khan, and Jeff Cobb. Will Ospreay won the match with a hidden blade in 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Just another preview match. Nothing interesting to say about it.
Not really. Just to keep Osprey on the back of your head because he was to keep him looking strong. But that's about it.
Yeah. Then a match that a lot of people were looking forward to. Katsuri Sabata defeated Ren Narita in 11 minutes and 46 seconds with a PK. Scooter, is Sabata back?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
What say you, Kaliko?
Back with a caveat. Just straight special attraction, homie. I don't see him going full time anytime soon, but I do see him being like the gatekeeper for the Lions.
So you don't see an Okada Sabata rematch?
Oh fuck no, because we all know Okada works. It ain't even a question. He works, and I don't think that. I would say this: 2 years from now, I would give it that, and that's assuming 2 years that Shibata's going through this clean and not having any issues whatsoever with his brain. Because it's not like Takahashi, where Takahashi had a broken neck, so it was a bone, a vertebrae, something that can be surgically repaired.
Right,
Can't surgically repair the brain, homie.
right. And it uh, it could also be like what the approach CM Punk took in AEW. Well, he's not having, 10-star Tokyo Dome matches right off the gate with, Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan. He's wrestling the guys he knows can take care of him, like, Darby Allin, Bobby Fish, Eddie Kingston. So the more safer
MJF,
MJF.
the safer route. The route it's taking him to that route to where he's not working himself off day one trying to put up an hour match, right?
Right,
Like just seeing how he works cognitively in the match, and I'm pretty sure New Japan is taking that shit mad serious. So
right.
I would say work 11 minutes, work 15, and try to work your
Build
way
yourself
into
up.
it. Rather, yeah, build yourself up, and that works for him because he's gonna get. It works for New Japan because he's the star that everybody wants to see, and it works for him because he gets to be in the ring, and it's not as dangerous as Suzuki as much as I mentioned. I don't know why, but
Now, the next match up, Tomohiro Ishii lost to Evil in 12 minutes and 10 seconds with everything is Evil. If there was a one match that probably took it out of my sales, it was this one. Is there anything interesting new that Evil could show or do that makes you actually want to see his match and not see the person that he's wrestling wring his neck?
I'll answer that question with a question in the sense of if Evil wasn't the former New Japan heavyweight champion, would that have an impact on it? Because I feel like that little transition puts him in a stratosphere fairly or unfairly to where he thinks he can deliver when in actuality it was just a storyline thing during COVID to get Naito over in the baseball stadium.
Right.
So Evil always has been evil, but I felt like he was more popular with Lij because he kind of was ominous. He really didn't say a lot, and kind of like Diesel when Shawn Michaels had him as his bodyguard. Didn't say a lot, but when he fucking did shit, you noticed, right?
Right.
So when he became the heavyweight champion, it kind of put the eyes on him, and now it's Evil, former New Japan World Heavyweight Champion, not Evil stuck in the never open weight division. Because keep in mind, he's holding not only that, he's basically doing what Shingo's doing,
He's Mr.
what
Never
Shingo
at
did.
this point.
He's basically Mr. Never Openweight. Yeah, so he's Mr. Openweight. So he's basically doing what Shingo's doing. Now the question is, are they going to go the route that they did with Shingo and eventually get him back up there. And that's where I had the issue when he won the belt, because I was like, damn, I swear to God, that felt like it felt like Switchblade should have won that. And that's where I was just like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I always felt like the battle was between him and Switchblade over who led the Bullet Club. But they didn't go that route, so whatever.
What are your thoughts, Scooter? Do you think, Evil, if they gave him the ball one more time, that he would actually run with it? Or is he kind of just destined to be that mid-carder?
Honestly, I think at this point he's destined to be that mid-carder. I think we may have seen his time come and go.
And you think that's kind of how his translating into his wrestling, where it doesn't seem like he cares anymore?
Because he got a taste of the high life, and now he's back down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's not like Okada, where Okada, with or without the belt, Okada was always Okada. With or without the belt, Naito was always Naito. Evil was never, Evil was evil, but the belt didn't elevate evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where it's at. That's the problem. It's where the title made him more than he made the title.
And it was basically all a ploy just to get Naito more over.
Correct, because of the way that it happened.
Yeah. Alright. IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match. Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto defeated Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi in 15 minutes and 27 seconds with Naraku. Kaliko, your thoughts?
Man, just past this match. This match pissed me off because
You
I
know
was
what
like, yo,
You know what I was
there's no.
looking for.
You, I know what you're looking for, but I don't even want to give him that distinction. But you know what? It's 2022.
Scooter, your thoughts on Yoshihashi?
Fuck Yoshihashi!
Thank
Fuck
you.
Congratulations, Yoshihashi. Yet, fuck Yoshihashi.
Now we got the seventh match, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Hiromu Takahashi.
Tanahashi.
No, Hiromu Takahashi.
Ticking time bomb. Ticking time.
He lost to El
El
Desperado.
Desperado.
Okay,
Right.
whoops, wrong night.
In 16 minutes and 18 seconds with Prince
They all
Nana.
sound alike.
Bro, between Takahashi, Tanahashi, and the Tokyo Pimp, I get them all fucking confused. Trust me.
Yeah, because Yujiro and Tana have the last name. The same last name.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, Jesus Christ, which one? Especially if you don't watch it, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But I feel like this was a match that Desperado needed to win to kind of prove that he wasn't a paper champion. You know what I mean?
True, and I think Hiromu winning wouldn't have done nothing for him because I think his best one was when he came back from his broken neck and won the belt.
Yes.
So nothing was going to top that part of him coming back and winning it at Wrestle Kingdom.
And then
So
Thunder Liger the next night.
exactly. So I mean, it Desperado needed it to submit himself as a solid player, and Hiromu, he's the gatekeeper of that division, like literally. To get to the title, you got to get through him, or to get taken seriously as a champion, you got to go through him.
Right. Even though he got the W, this was not the best match that Hiromu and Despy had against each other. In all honesty, this should have maybe gone longer than just 15 minutes.
And that's where they, yeah, because you would think, but keep in mind, when it was only one night, they were getting 30 minutes. So that's where I feel like all the title matches should get at least 30 minimum. Uh, because there's more of a story to tell with a title on the line to show the significance. Everything else was for the birds, and to me, they didn't get the time to cook. So it makes sense it wasn't the best because we've seen Hiromu do 30-minute like heavyweight championship matches like it's nobody's business.
Right, and I mean, they were coming off the Best of the Super Juniors where they hit a 30-minute time limit. So, I mean, just to go 31 minutes, just to show you that, they can have a match that ends in after 30 minutes would have, I felt, done the match a little bit better.
True, true, but I mean, they gave them the time. They tried to make the best with it, and I think they were just. It felt like they were trying to just force all the best shit in rather than tell the story. If that
Right,
makes sense.
yeah. And that brings us to our last match of night one. Shingo Takagi lost to Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship uh, in,
With
in 35 minutes and 44 seconds with a Rainmaker.
Rainmaker.
Um, let's talk about Shingo Takagi for a minute, who really held it down for New Japan in a very uncertain time. How would you rate his time as champion, Scooter?
Uh, God, honestly, not memorable. Quite honestly, I forgot he was the champion.
All right. Uh, now to Okada regaining the championship. Do you think that it will be more memorable than Takagi?
Mm, they might as well just rewrite the record books just to say Takagi's never existed. This is just a continuation of Okada's last reign.
Damn, that's cold. Uh, Kaliko, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, that is cold. God damn, Scooter. Cold as ice for 2022. I know Sidney Poitier's gone, but damn, come on, man. Anywho's Shingo. Here's why Shingo's reign was important, and because he was the first one where it was a solid run after having like a curse at the beginning. Because you keep in mind, everyone that had that belt up until that point either got hurt or got COVID or something. It was like a curse. It was literally a curse.
Right.
And we were just like, protect Shingo at all costs. And thankfully, he got protected at all costs to get to this point. And Shingo did good as holding it up until this point, but I always knew when Will Ospreay was night two, the story was always Ospreay and Okada, and Ospreay getting hurt just kind of prolonged that to Wrestle Kingdom. So it made sense for him to lose the belt. He did good with what he had,
Right.
and
And what New Japan
there's
had as well.
right, like given the circumstances, I put it like this: Shingo Takagi's run was like Drew McIntyre's run in 2020.
That's a good way to put it.
Because New Japan was kind of going with this uncertainty. Then they had to deal with the Japan influence of the Olympics, and I felt like that it. I felt like with the Olympics coming, I felt like that would have been a chance to elevate them to people who could have traveled there and maybe saw him, but that never happened because Japan wasn't doing that shit for the Olympics. So it was, so he did the best he could, and they went back with the stable hands, which was the right story anyway, which was Okada Ospreay, as I said earlier.
But Kaliko, how would you rate night one of Wrestle Kingdom?
Um, really,
Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
middle because you had 3 solid matches, but the rest were fillers. So Shoyo, El Desperado, and Shingo Okada, and everything else is kind of like a.
I give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
Really?
Yeah, because
I,
what happened, all the matches were solid. I mean, as you said, they were some were fillers, but nothing bothered me about the show. Nothing like, oh well, maybe other than evil, but I mean, that's kind of what they were going for to begin with. And Scooter, do you even have a thumb in this race?
Nope.
Then
I have barely a nub.
not even a pinky?
Maybe.
Pinky swear.
No.
Pinkies
No.
up,
Nope.
pinkies down, pinky middle.
No hands.
Okay, Waka Flocka, calm down.
They caused my hands. Therefore, I cannot accurately represent it with hands.
Night 2, match 1, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Tycho Mask and Robbie Eagles defeated Rocky Romero, Ryosuke Taguchi, El Phantasmo, and Ishimori in 12 minutes and 7 seconds with a Ron Miller special. It was finally revealed that El Phantasmo had a loaded boot. Scooter, was it a shock that his boot was loaded, or did you actually believe that he super kicked us
I,
trees in the wilderness?
I just thought he was Canadian
He is Canadian.
because he had the loaded boot.
Well, that's what
He
we
had a
call a boot.
he had a boot.
A boot, yeah. I kind of feel like Tiger Mask and Robbie Eagles is an underrated tag team together. No, Kaliko?
I mean, it's weird because there's not really the depth, or I wouldn't say the depth, but the name recognition was not there, right? Because keep in mind, it went from the Bucks to Roppongi 3K, and when Roppongi 3K broke up, it's like, okay, what the fuck is who the fuck is gonna carry this division, right? So,
Right.
so it's good to have someone that has a solid footing with a solid reign, so that way it kind of matters. Um, I'm surprised Rocky Romero didn't get a reign in this, but hey, it makes sense to get a stature of a standard bearer for that like junior heavyweight tag team division.
Scooter, are you upset that Taguchi and Romero did 69?
Oh, I'm so upset. Oh, I'm gonna write my congressman.
I mean, they're Japanese and he can't do anything.
They can do lots of things, James. I am frankly shocked by your prejudice.
Who's Frankly Shocked? I never heard of him. Second match, Stardom special match. We got Starlight Kid and Mayu Iwatani versus Saya Kimatani and Tam.
Yes, Sayaki Matani.
Yeah, I
Yes.
probably butchered that, but I did my best. Um,
I mean, Kamatani. Kamatani.
Kamatani. Interesting match to have on the second night, no, Kaliko?
Well, you got to fill it with something, right? Because I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like with the two nights, I get what they're trying to do, but I feel like if it's two nights, every match should have a significance to it, right? Something of consequence, right? And that's where I think some of these matches, like this one for sure, what is the end goal of that match? What was the consequence of that match heading as far as story wise?
Right.
Because at least when WWE did it, it was every match, not every, well, yeah, every match had some kind of consequence to it, heading down that path. But this one was just like a filler, the true definition of a filler.
Scooter, do you think this could lead to maybe Stardom Championship matches being featured on New Japan shows?
I would not be surprised given the current state of things. Uh, I mean, with an impending second lockdown on the horizon, they are gonna need more more matches. They're gonna need more ways to fill a card, and why not do it with Stardom?
I agree. Third match, KOPW 2022 four-way match. Minoru Suzuki defeated Toriano, Chase Owens, and Chima in 6 minutes and 8 seconds with a God-style pile driver. Minoru Suzuki, the king of pro wrestling, is now the KOPW champion. And it kind of feels like this was something he should have had when it first released. No, Kaliko?
True, but it always that the most head scratching thing was Okada losing to Yano for the King of Pro Wrestling Championship. Never. That is the most. I don't care what you say. That is the most head scratching thing in fucking wrestling. Period.
Well, I mean, it
But
wasn't
I
for
get
lack of what he did with the title, no?
true, but I mean, this keeps Minoru busy, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you can't really say. I mean, most people in Japan and hell worldwide consider Minoru Suzuki a hell of a fucking wrestler. So that only makes sense he would be the king of pro wrestling.
Right. He did say in his backstage comments that he was locked in with people that didn't have matches and that were just a filler. But now that he has it, he's going to do something with it, and that it might even lead him to Okada or Will Ospreay, which obviously it's Okada at this point. Could this lead Minoru Suzuki to Okada, or is he just talking?
I feel like that if you are the king of pro wrestling, you should get a title shot, right?
I mean, there's nothing. You don't really get anything except those baby trophies. So yeah,
True, but I mean, I think you would be award. I think that would make it more significant to where the king of pro wrestling would get a title shot at at some point within the year. And I feel like I know why they wouldn't do it because they got like the New Japan Cup, the G1. So I feel like there's a lot, but in between after the New Japan Cup and before the G1, there's that space for a King of Pro Wrestling title shot, right?
I mean, that's when they usually do Best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, but we're not asking for a program, just a title shot.
I
Super
mean,
Juniors, he ain't got shit to do. Suzuki ain't got shit to do with the Super Juniors. Fuck all that. Like, they ain't got shit to do with him. Like, probably ain't been a Super Junior since he was fucking 12. Hey,
so did KOPW champion get a championship match with him? An
Mm,
IWGP championship match?
no. No, they. Okada doesn't need to be carrying a 51-year-old man.
He won't be carrying a
nah.
51-year-old
Oh,
man
he ain't
too long.
carrying Suzuki. Fuck that.
Suzuki's
Suzuki,
been carrying him.
pretty much. Suzuki, like, I'll fuck you up. Shit. That's the only 50-year-old that I know that'll take some shit. I don't know how, but he takes it.
Well, you never met my Nana, so.
For match on the card, Never six-man tag team championship match. Yoshihashi and Goto lost to Sho, Yujiro, and Evil in 9 minutes and 37 seconds with a cover. You heard that right. He covered him, and that's how he won the match. Um, if you have another six-man tag team championship match in the Tokyo Dome, does anybody see it, Scooter?
Nope.
And Kaliko, your thoughts on Yoshihashi?
Fuck Yoshihashi. I'm glad he lost. Because if he had. It's bad enough he's got one belt.
You don't
If
need
he
two.
had. He don't need two. He don't need to. Don't need to. Watch Yoshihashi catch me like at WrestleCon and try to fuck me up.
I don't think he
But
understands
he.
what you're saying, even if he was listening.
Oh well. Oh well. I think any Japanese person would understand. Fuck Yoshihashi.
Mr. Hockey, here is Kaliko's at. Oh.
How dare you, Scooter?
Whoops, I was supposed to be on mute.
I mean, I work for the feds. I don't know. I might get Secret Service. I
There you
put a
go.
call in. Hey.
First match on the card, special singles match. Sonata defeated Great O'Khan in 13 minutes and 21 seconds with a O'Connell bridge. Honestly, solid match. Um, it seems like they just put this match just to give Sonata something to do for Wrestle Kingdom. But in all honesty, this was one of the better matches on both nights. No, Kalika?
Yeah, but it pisses me off because I swear to God, they just string Sonata along, yo. Sonata is like the University of Georgia football. Motherfucker's good as hell, but hope always fails him for some odd reason. And that's what gets me, man. I just hope he has a better 2022. He should have been a champion. His best shot was winning the New Japan Cup. Hell, his best shot was winning the G1. He could have won the New Japan Cup and the G1, and they just slaughtered him to fucking Okada, which is understandable. Okada is fucking Okada.
But
But
don't care about
goddamn,
Bushi.
but, thank you.
But I mean, he
My
is the
heart.
most
I'm getting.
handsome man in pro wrestling today, so he has that going for him.
I feel my heart. My heart is like literally tightening up. I might have to go to the hospital over Sonata.
It's okay. He said that he's on the attack for 2022. So hopefully,
Nigga, he's been on the attack since 2019. Come on, man.
I don't feel that way. I feel like he was just okay. If it comes, it comes. But it feels like he's kind of putting the effort in now.
What? That makes no fucking sense. He just put in fucking effort for 3 years.
But think about that. If he didn't put effort in the last 3 years and got to the finals of those two great events, what's he going to do now that he actually tries?
Well, he can't do shit now because after. Well, we'll get to that, but what? We can't do shit now because his homeboy about to go get it. So what the fuck?
Well, we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Tetsuya Naito defeated Jeff Cobb in 15 minutes and 34 seconds with a Destino. Honestly, best match of both nights. This was Naito at his best, no?
Which is great because usually Naito don't give a fuck. But then
Yes.
again, I mean, I feel like Jeff Cobb had a standout at the G1, and I think that him winning would have made it a little bit more significant. But I know why they did it because of what happened after all this other shit. So continue.
But no, like you said, Naito usually doesn't give a shit. And when he actually does give a shit, I mean, we've seen Jeff Cobb be a monster all in 2021. And Naito, in the one match that he had with him, he fucked him up pretty bad. He destroyed his knee, he busted his nose, and he did what Okada couldn't do in 3 tries. And that's kind of why we're going to the prelude of what will come in a little bit.
But that's why I think, goddamn, Naito gave a fuck because of what happened after the fact.
Right. Seventh match, IWGP US Heavyweight Championship match, no disqualification. Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Kenta in 22 minutes and 40 seconds with a high five flow from a very tall ladder drew a table. Does it surprise you, Scooter, that Tanahashi won Viva ladder drop?
Not sure it's serious. I'm honestly, I'm honestly surprised they remembered the title to begin with.
Because Kenta was holding it, or because the United States Championship has had a rough year and a half.
Both.
What say you, Kaliko?
Man, that title had a rough year and a half because they fucking let Ambrose hold it instead of giving it to Kenta, who was the most over motherfucker with a goddamn briefcase. And we're not even gonna go there with that. But anywho's Tanahashi winning, it kind of gives him that. What's the word I'm looking for? That triple crown s Grand Slam esque.
He is a Grand Slam champion.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It puts him in that stratosphere. Um, it's more interesting for Tanahashi, considering that unless they're letting Tanahashi come to the U.S. and do some shit, because I feel like it's better for him to have the title and come to the U.S. and work with these American wrestlers, especially considering he's probably. I mean, he's a fucking John Cena, goddamn New Japan. So
And people in
he
the
goes, he comes here, he's gonna draw.
That's what I
So
was going to say. People in America are happy to see him when he does come.
exactly. So that's why I think it makes the best sense. Even though Kenta, I feel like, well, never mind. If they had the Intercontinental, I feel like Kenta would be a good Intercontinental, but
Scooter,
they got rid of it. Whatever.
this is the third year, third out of 4 years that the IWGP United States Championship had a stipulation stuck on it for Wrestle Kingdom. Is it just a stipulation though to have those kind of matches, or can you have a traditional one-on-one match for that championship. That's, like the IWGP championship.
I mean, you could, but
Are they lumping it in? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, I'm assuming they're trying to, I guess, make the title as American as possible.
Have Nick Gage go after it? But Tanahashi did seem upset about the win after the match because he does not like doing hardcore matches or no disqualification matches.
Yeah, because nothing says American like hardcore matches.
He kind of half-assed challenged Sonata to a Pure Rules match. Sonata Tanahashi for the United States Championship.
Man, don't be saying Sonata like that. Don't even do him like that. Just don't. Sonata, if you hear this, run, homie. Run. Run. I'd rather have you in Impact or AAA. I swear to God. Because at least they fucking treat you right. Just run. Just run, homie.
So no United States Championship match?
No. No. Because we know who's going to win. Like, stop. Slaughter Sonata. That's what it is. Sonata Slaughter. That's what I'm going to start calling it. Anybody that gets put up to get put down is going to be known as the Sonata Slaughter.
Speaking of Slaughter, Kenta broke his nose, dislocated his hip, broke a tore a tendon in his finger, all in this match. He will not be part of Wrestle Kingdom Night 3. So hope that he gets better as well.
And he's thinking, shit, I thought WWE did me bad.
Don't worry, they can rebuild him better, stronger, faster. He is the 6 million yen man.
That's only like $6.
Didn't say it was worth a lot.
That brings us to our last match. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. Kazuchika Okada defended and defeated Will Ospreay in 32 minutes and 52 seconds with a, what do you call it, Kaliko?
Rainmaker. Man, I got drunk also. And the reason I love it because when they came to Long Beach, a bar had a drink called Rainmaker. Bro, it felt like I took some Rainmakers. Anyways.
Your thoughts on the match, Kaliko?
Honestly, story-wise, it was a great match because honestly, I could say this was probably the most important story of Okada up until this point. Because keep in mind, Okada was supposed to be mentoring Ospreay. The whole story, and for those who don't pay attention, Okada was supposed to be mentoring Ospreay. Ospreay was in chaos. He was the light heavyweight champion. As a matter of fact, they even had a goddamn match in which Ospreay went against Okada, and it was the first time the light junior heavyweight went against the heavyweight, and it was supposed to be like this big brother, little bro thing, and Ospreay went his own way. Ospreay got the win. Ospreay became the champion. Meanwhile, Okada hit a low point. I think this was probably his lowest point since Gato fucking left his ass. And considering the rut he went through, and then they changed the belt on him, and he wants to restore honor back to New Japan. And to do so, he did it, but then he had to overcome that one hurdle, which is the person who betrayed him. And he was able to do it. So now he is the hero saving the New Japan Wrestling, as they say. And it's going to be interesting what they do with the belt because he was always that guy that was trying to go back to tradition. So will they let him go back to tradition and get the belt back? Kind of like how you remember when Daniel Bryan had the Earth champion and then Kofi won it and turned it back to the regular belt.
Yeah.
That's what I would think that they would do for Okada
Well,
because I think he would command that.
Okada said that he's staying with the championship that they gave him.
Boo. Boo. Because it made no sense because the whole time when he did the shout out to Suzuki or Inoki, because Inoki's had health issues, and he wants to hold it down for the next 50 years. So I would have thought that he seems more like a traditionalist to me.
I mean, he is, but obviously they wasn't giving him the belt unless it was that one. So he said, okay.
Fuck that. They're probably like, we need you to carry this goddamn company because Shingo's doing good, but you're the name.
Right.
He's the guy. So I would think he would be able to negotiate that regardless.
And then,
Yeah.
and now we got, and now after the match, we got Tetsuya Naito coming out to challenge. It's been 2 years since he's challenged for that championship. Well, no, year and a half actually. Um, and he got a big pop, and people seemed really excited about it. It seems like we're going back to a degree to normal, traditional New Japan. Does Are they just beating Okada, or does Naito have a shot?
Whew, that is a great question because Naito was the guy to beat him. And that's the thing. The reason everyone's salivating because it's that match where honestly it's kind of like the tiebreaker in a sense because Naito got the best of him. Naito, because remember that time Naito lost at WrestleKingdom and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then the next year Naito got the win and it was like, "Yay, what the fuck?" And now this is like the rubber match.
Not to mention the
And
one at was it Wrestling Don Taku or Sakura Genesis? I can't remember. Well, he won the New Japan Cup, and then literally everybody in the crowd had new Lawson Govnoble's gear on for the match against
pretty
Okada.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just that classic. To me, this is New Japan Stone Cold Rock, right?
Yes.
So that's why it makes the most sense. They're the two most over motherfuckers there, not named Tanahashi. Not
And obviously, he's not in the picture at the moment.
no fuck. But it will be interesting, and it's just a matter of when that happens. Because night 3 is like New Japan and Noah. So that's where I was like, okay, they got Stardom in that bitch, but Noah is night 3. So
There's
it's
nothing of
almost.
significance at that show. I mean,
That is.
it's an interesting show, but there's nothing like, oh my god, this is going to go into the next New Japan show type stuff.
That's why I said of the whole Stardom shit. Y'all looked at me crazy.
Well, I mean, with the Stardom, they don't have females, so it's kind of like building, building a new part of your company by introducing the female aspect.
Man. Bring Kyrie Sane and have her carry the division. Then I'll fucking be alright with it.
She's retired.
No, that ain't the point. Not literal Kyrie Sane, but someone on the name level of Kyrie Sane.
Some question to you, Scooter. Does Naito have a shot against Okada?
And it depends on which Naito we get.
Yeah.
That's right, too.
The don't give a fuck Naito or the I'm in it Naito.
Yeah. Alright, how would you rate this, night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom, Kaliko? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
Night 2 was thumbs in the middle. The show overall was good. It was a thumbs up overall. I just felt like all the good shit was. It was great that it was spread out in its places to where when it was good, it was fucking great. But I just can't get over those fillers, yo.
Gotcha.
But it was very necessary for New Japan to have a great show to show that they could actually. Because keep in mind, this is like I think last year was like the first year we really didn't go in depth with New Japan other than G1.
G1, I think we maybe did 1 or 2 shows.
Yeah, and I felt like the G1 was like, well, we all were wrong. Wait a minute.
I was right. I picked up on it.
Yeah, look, okay. All right, okay. Calm down, Gen Z. Calm down.
Who the fuck is Gen Z? James.
Oh, Lord.
Don't call me Jimmy.
No, Gen Z. Generation Z. Oh, God.
Night 1 or night 2 better? Which was the better night?
Night 1. Because night one was the better night. Night 2, the main event was the best match.
I give night 2 a thumbs up. I thought it was a very great show. And I thought night 2 was night 1 had the matches that were more important.
Right, and that's what I base it on the more important. But
I felt like the match quality and was better on night 2. I thought night 2 had the advantage from a wrestling standpoint.
that's fair, and I wouldn't even argue that. Wouldn't argue it.
Scooter, do you give night 2 1 blink, 2 blinks, or 3 blinks? Do you have something in your eye?
Yes, I think it's an eyelash.
Is it a Lash Legend eyelash?
No, it's a Lashley.
Oh.
Do 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 do.
And night 1 or night 2, which would you like
Night
to
3.
He said night 3.
So the show that hasn't happened yet. So it's coming out tonight.
Night 3, the night with no championship matches.
That's night 3. That's the
I
Noah
know.
show.
Yeah, he's saying that's better than both nights combined.
Yeah.
Pandemonium.
Well, I mean, Kijimuto is on the show, so.
Yeah, so also it's a reunion for Ken Cozy.
They didn't even break up.
Yes, but we haven't seen them tag together in such a long time.
December.
Such a long time.
That'll conclude our coverage of Wrestle Kingdom 2022, Night 1 and 2. Maybe, hopefully, we'll talk more New Japan in 2022 ourselves. Until then, we are wrestling with
Oh no.
WWE Day 1-ish.
I like we at the ish.
It was last Saturday, and it was WWE's first premium event of 2022, or ever at this point. And in WWE fashion, it was controversial. So let's kind of get into it. Day one-ish, who should be the first matchup? The Usos, they defeated the New Day by pinfall for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship in 17 minutes and 5 seconds. Your thoughts on the match, Scooter?
I mean, it was a decent match for, a match we've seen so many times over.
Very true. Well, I mean, they have to get the win at their own pay-per-view, right?
Well, yes, well, I can't wait for the next event, Bloodline.
Well, hopefully Roman will show up for that one.
Wow.
Pulling a Sasha Banks on us.
I mean, unless the whole thing was a work.
Now we have Drew McIntyre defeating Madcap Moss with Happy Corbin by pinfall in 9 minutes and 45 seconds. This was
Why was this even a match?
Yeah.
This was 9 minutes too long, no?
Pretty much. It should have been like Rock versus Rowan. Yeah.
You know what the best part of this match was?
When it ended?
Bingo.
When the bell rang at the end.
Now we got okay, bro, defeating the Street Profits by pinfall for the Raw Tag Team Championships, successfully defended in 11 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, glad to know that fucking tournament they had didn't mean shit.
I mean, it just meant the profits were for slaughter. But I will say Montez Ford, man, that motherfucker is. If he gets a single run, and if they know how to work him, bro.
He could lose to Brock Lesnar in 26 seconds too.
Bro, he would be.
Oh, James.
Damn.
No, I do think that he could have a good run if they give it to him, but I don't think that that's where they're going with him quite yet.
Not yet, but when he gets that opportunity, bro. But I feel like he would be a better heel. But that's a whole other thing. But anyway.
I kind of felt like this match was the Street Profits were kind of in limbo because obviously, okay, bro, is the faces and they're supposed to be faces, but they were kind of working heel.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of.
And why the hell did RK Bro have Migos?
Because they're amigos with the bros.
Yeah, but
it would make more sense culturally to be with fucking the Street Profits. That's why.
And people are gonna fucking call me out for that, but
Street Profits, Migos, streets.
It's hip hop culture. I mean,
no shit.
We don't know what the Street Profits listen to.
Who better to give them the smoke than the guy with one eye? No,
that's Fetty Wap. Anyways.
Wrong guy. Oh, wait. I mean, Cardi B's husband.
Yeah. Takeoff. Yeah, Takeoff.
Takeoff.
Oh, no, Offset. Offset. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, you're thinking of Mask Off.
That's Future. I know.
Edge defeated The Miz in 20 minutes. Obviously this was one of the featured matches, but I feel like we've seen this match before, and seeing Edge fight somebody that he probably could have wrestled in 2010 isn't quite interesting.
I don't think Edge ever wrestled The Miz.
I saw a live
No.
event where he did.
Really?
Yeah.
But I feel like that Miz then is not this Miz now, and I feel like
Yeah.
this Miz now is
And
a way better version.
and finally, my prediction of a mixed tag match is coming true. It was just with the wrong uh, opponents. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, God bless Beth, who waits to not move until her music hits.
Oh, fun fact. With that match, Maurice and Beth will be the first women's wrestlers to face each other in 3 different decades. That's fucking nuts. Because I would think it would be them two. I
I definitely wouldn't have guessed that. That's interesting. Was this match too long? 20 minutes?
nope,
Mhm.
nope. It's Edge. It's fucking Edge. What the fuck you up?
Alright. Fair enough.
It's fucking Edge. Like especially with what happened with Roman, you better give them some fucking like shit.
Question:
Which we'll get to that, but
Where did Beth Phoenix get her hair done?
it wasn't in Atlanta. It
I
wasn't.
mean,
What about for us?
did, did Swole do her hair? I mean,
Mm, Mickey might have did it. Asuka might have done it. She does hair.
She does?
She has a hair salon in Japan.
Really? I did not know that. Interesting.
The more you know, Jinsey.
Becky Lynch defeated Liv Morgan in 17 minutes.
Next.
Wow,
I
nobody beat
mean,
Liv Morgan.
well, not that, but did you really think it was in peril?
No.
Thank you. Next.
Did they get for the hashtag Sonata Slaughter?
They just needed to build somebody up because I feel like I I think Bailey's gonna go after Becky.
Now, do you actually feel like they built up Liv Morgan, or do you feel like it was just feeding the machine that is Becky Lynch?
Well, it's a war of attrition because Asuka's not there. Liv was the only person left from the Riot Squad, so they had to build somebody up. That women's division is not as deep as it was 6 months ago. Hell, it's not even as deep as it was 3 months ago. So, I mean, who the fuck else she was gonna face, right?
Right. What are your thoughts on it, Scooter?
I mean, I'm liking the way they're taking Liv. Liv just needs to get better on the mic.
I agree with that. Alright, and that brings us to our main event, the WWE Championship match. Big E versus Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley. Your winner, Brock Lesnar. What the fuck?
Well, he's already in the stadium. Shit. Which I all arrows before this, and this is, and I'm gonna ask you guys this beforehand. Before Brock got put in that match, who you thought was gonna win that match?
Big E.
Yeah.
I thought Seth.
If I was going with anybody else, it was going to be Owens. It wasn't going to be Seth.
I swear to God, it was gonna be Seth. Because to me, Seth had that. He had that trajectory to where the people were with him. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, yeah, but given what's happening on SmackDown, it looks like I honestly think the COVID positive test, I think it was a work.
It had to be because, and I agree with that. Because somebody of Roman's ilk getting it, a cancer guy, like, granted the Omicron is not that crazy, but. Eesh.
And I think, Seth Rollins appeared in the closing moments of SmackDown.
Why did he show up? Bobby Lashley has the title match.
He showed up in Roman's locker room.
And that is where, and you know what's funny? Last year in June, he said, and I quote, "Me and Roman are going to have to cross paths."
He did.
So,
are we looking at a universal WWE unification type deal?
No.
No.
And the reason why is because the WWE is serving two network masters. So they have to have two titles now. It would have been one thing if it was like...
Just wait until we see the WWE Peacock Championship.
Ooh! Watch it'll go to like Madcap Moss. But anyways, yeah, it's not gonna split. Honestly, I think this happens. This is probably their best bet because it helps Roman if Seth wins, if Seth gets with Roman, and it sets up a match that everybody's been wanting to see with Lashley and Lesnar anyway. So
in August.
Yeah, that shit should have happened a while ago. But I mean, but it kind of fucks up the best storyline that they had, which was the whole Heyman, Lesnar, Roman triangle, which is beautifully put. I ain't gonna lie. We give a WWE a lot of flack, but that shit was really gold.
It still kind of is. I mean, they're still going down that degree.
I mean, we could, in theory, maybe, because we're gonna get another we're gonna get another Lesnar Lashley match, but what if we were to see Lashley and Lesnar and Roman and Seth on night one, and then Brock and Roman on night two?
That is a possibility.
With that, though, so that means Lashley would have to win the Rumble.
No, Brock
or Lashley.
Brock and Roman night two wouldn't be for any title.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So somewhere along the line, Roman, unless Roman holds the Universal title, costs Lesnar the WWE title, thus setting up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you have Brock Lesnar working 2 matches in 2 nights. And is that something he would really do?
Oh no.
Oh my God. He's actually getting paid. He's actually working his money. Work. Wow. Oh wow.
And
the humanity.
And that's why I don't think he will do it. He'd do it. I think he'd just come in for one night.
I think he'd do too.
Then I'm saying then it's gonna be Roman and Seth at Mania.
Yeah, it would have to be Roman and Seth at Mania.
I mean, it could be.
Which should have been a 32 match.
Seth is injured. And
No, that's what I'm saying. It should have been at 32, but Seth got hurt.
and I mean, we could debate to 32 all we want, but I mean, what does that leave Big E? Is what I'm asking, because it
The
seems
same,
like they were
same as
going.
Kofi. Same as motherfucking Kofi.
He's got Big E's getting the Takagi treatment.
Yeah, he is. And that's the problem with him having that briefcase. Because he cashed it in on Lashley. I think he just became a victim of that circumstance. Because everyone was happy that he had the belt, but he didn't make the impact that they thought he would. And who would with their first reign? Like, think about that. Like, who was the last person that actually made a a, a cultural shift impact with their first title reign?
Kofi.
I mean, Eddie
You see what I'm
Guerrero
saying?
only had one ring.
Yeah.
Eddie, you thinking like Eddie, Cena,
JBL.
No.
Rollins,
JBL.
maybe. Like Rollins, maybe. But like that cultural shift. So that's what they were hoping for. And it really didn't pop like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they had him all over the place. They had him on the Breakfast Club. They had him on ESPN. They had him at fucking Fox boxing matches in Iowa when Iowa football was popping. So it just,
They had him at Iowa football when they could have had the Iowa hometown hero.
I think he's from Iowa, right? Or didn't he play football in Iowa?
No, he's from Georgia, I believe.
No, he played for Iowa.
Really,
That's why he's there.
but
Yeah,
so
because I get what you're saying, Scooter. Because literally, Seth Rollins is from Davenport.
but he's a heel, so he can't do that.
Right, but Big E played football
Yes, that
for
University of Iowa.
so that made more sense because
So
he was actually in that locker room.
So we can have we got Big E against Seth in a Buckeye
Back
Hawkeye brawl.
a Hawkeye Hall, Hawkeye Hell in a Cell or some shit. Make it work.
so there's maybe not a possibility of Big E going into the Royal Rumble and getting that win.
Unless he gets his rematch clause, that's the only way.
True.
And I can see where he could make a fuss about it because I mean, if they were going to go that route, they would have done it on Monday, where he was like, "I didn't expect Lesnar to do it. I demand my rematch." But they didn't even go that route,
No.
so that kind of explains to you where they're going.
Now, I mean, I would not put it past them to maybe try and do Brock and Big E and give Big E the WrestleMania moment.
It's a
The
possibility.
only way, the only way I see Big E getting it is if he wins the Rumble.
What if he wins the Chamber?
That's a
So that
possibility.
means Seth would have to win the Rumble and challenge Roman. Someone would have to win and challenge Roman. And that's the question. Who's going to win to where it hits home to where it puts it where the arrows point to Roman, right?
Oh, that's simple. R-Truth.
Archer. What's up?
Oh my God, that's gonna lead me on a whole nother tangent. About a new gimmick for Omos.
Oh, so almost Styles Mania, right? Obviously.
No, I mean it's already happened. So
But I feel like that's going to go to Mania. But anyways.
No,
no.
I think
Omos,
there's bigger and better things from AJ Styles than them.
yeah, Omos is gonna be Zeus's character from Friday.
Debo?
Debo, yes, and R-Truth is gonna tag along with him and just be like,
Be the Chris Tucker?
"You got knocked the hell out!"
No. Oh, God, no. I thought Crime Time was bad.
Or there's a possibility of him becoming Giant Doink.
Oh my God, no.
Oh, hell no. No. But, eh, but back to this championship part. It just depends on who wins the Rumble and goes after Roman. If it's Seth, I could see them shifting it that way. Unless Lashley beats Lesnar, Lesnar enters the Rumble, wins the Rumble, goes after Roman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that could happen.
Which would then break the record for the longest span between two Rumble wins.
Yeah, because Brock never won the Rumble.
No, yes he did.
In
No.
2003.
What I'm saying is he hasn't won it more than once.
Yeah. Oh,
And you would
yeah.
and you would think he was like what 2019? Yeah, the day Kobe. No, 2020. You would have thought he would have won it.
Yeah, and which would make it a 19-year gap, breaking Triple H's record of 14 years.
And considering how they treat Triple H, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
I would not put that shit past them.
They're gonna get somebody to beat the Elimination Chamber for a win streak. What else does Triple H hold? They already got
Actually,
they got
oh my,
to break his streaks. A couple of his streaks.
that makes sense. So Brock wins the Rumble. Rollins wins the Chamber. There's your path.
Alright, going back to day one. Scooter. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
Thumbs down, leaning slightly towards the middle.
Kaliko?
Given the circumstances, thumbs middle towards up. Because who would have thought COVID gave us like the most crazy uncertainty ever? And I think that's what WWE needs. It gets predictable, and now this brings this whole can of worms and hypotheticals, which is what us fans love anyway.
Alright. I give a thumbs down. I did not like this show.
What? Edge and Miz was better than any filler on goddamn WrestleKingdom.
That will conclude
Pass right on by.
yeah,
Wait.
I mean, we could get into debate though, but
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
It's gonna be Roman and Seth at the Rumble.
Ooh.
So and it's gonna be Leslie and Lashley.
Now,
BL versus BL. So
Becky
as
Lynch
of right now, all the plans we talked about have gone completely out the fucking window.
pretty much. So SR versus RR and BL versus BL. But I must say, this is probably the most consequential two title matches ever. Because we just literally went through like every hypothetical that could possibly happen.
And it's not one of them is probably going to come true.
Probably not. But keep in mind, Seth, the loser of those matches, it doesn't preclude them from entering the Rumble.
even being a champion doesn't exclude you at this point.
What?
I mean,
Yep.
Charlotte is going to be in the women's, apparently.
Yep.
Who?
Charlotte.
Oh, well, that ain't. I mean, they ain't got enough women. That's by attrition.
I mean, Brock Lesnar was in the men's a couple years ago.
And he was the champion.
Yes.
So, which I must admit gives it more ambiguity. Because think about it: if you're the champion and you win the Rumble, you get to pick your opponent.
And there's only one person to pick.
R-Truth. Oh God! Please don't shoot me, R-Truth. Please.
No, the champion wins. The champion wrestles himself.
Finger poke of the dude.
He could wrestle The Rock. I'm
Or
talking about the champion from Backyard Throne.
yeah, wrestle The Rock. Yeah.
Or a
Tungsten match.
Alright, that will conclude this episode of Wrestling with Entertainment. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. We're on YouTube and Castbox. Join us this Wednesday for our interview with Christy James. You can also follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling with E. You can follow us individually as well. You can follow me at JamesJ993, liking New Japan filler matches better than Edge matches. Where can they find Kaliko?
Well, you can find me trying to figure out what song I'm gonna pick as my mantra for 2022 at I Am Kalika.
And where can they find Spiro?
That's none of your damn business, but I'll thank you to stay out of my personal affairs. You find me on Twitter at Scooter Dust, and of course the remix coming to you next time with the 2022 Royal Rumble on January 28th. And of course, check out me and along with Rico Casatito Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons clan, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
Are you bald now?
No, I am not bald. Not by choice, anyway.
Wow.
I need you packed back out. For Kaliko Yacht Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with.
The beans are cold. Can you put them in the fridge after?
The beans are cold.
Make sure all the doors are
Entertainment.
Let's go get drunk.
I'm alright.
Hey guys, this is Brutal Bob Evans from Hangs with Bob Seminars and TheWrestleLife.com, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.